Good evening. Thanks for being here tonight with us on CBS4 News at 11. I'm Alexis Cruz. We start tonight with weather from meteorologist Jennifer Collins. Jennifer, how's our Mother's Day weekend looking?
Well, a few showers, maybe an isolated storm will still be possible through the midnight hours. And then early tomorrow morning, we'll start to dry things up. Maybe a few passing clouds. Some patchy fog can't even be ruled out as temperatures return to the mid-60s for the start of your Saturday morning. We'll stay in the mid-60s for Saturday morning. A few more thunder showers early tonight, then partly cloudy with an east wind between 5 to 10 miles per hour. And that east wind continues for tomorrow, leaving us on the warm side with temperatures in the upper 80s, mostly sunny, with a chance for a few more afternoon thunder showers pushing towards the coast by the late afternoon and evening. Temperatures are going to stay warm into the weekend. Look at this. We'll be near 90 degrees heading into Monday. We'll also increase the chance for a few more afternoon showers and storms for the start of next week. Coming up, we'll have a look at that weekend forecast for your Mother's Day and a look at the next 10 days. That's coming up in just a few minutes.
The High Springs Fire Department says all phones are down in the city, so if you need to contact police or fire rescue, call the number on your screen or 911. Tonight, a North Central Florida family is still grappling with the aftermath of a house fire. CBS4's Julianne Amaya spoke with the Alachua County Fire Rescue to find out the cause.
This is the neighborhood where the fire took place. Alachua County Fire Rescue says it all started because lightning struck the top of the house.
The residents that were living there were present in the home when the lightning strike happened. They happened to walk outside to look around, and one of their neighbors told them, "Hey, your house is on fire."
Alachua County Fire Rescue tells CBS4 News the fire started in the attic.
Evidently, the lightning struck the top gable of the home, causing it to catch on fire, and then it quickly spread through the attic.
Alachua County, Gainesville, and Newberry fire departments arrived to the scene 7 minutes after they received a call. Luckily, no injuries. Fire crews say the wind pushed the fire quickly through the attic into other areas.
Our firefighters had to basically conceal it into the attic space and then be able to pull ceiling to wherever they can make certain that they got all of the fire out. But very good stop by our crews.
He recommends people update their smoke detector batteries when changing clocks. We are told that American Red Cross is assisting the family at this time. For now, reporting in Newberry, Julianne Amaya, CBS for you.
The Levy County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help in identifying 3 people captured on video trying to break into cars. Deputies say they responded to 9 reports of thefts from Inglis to Yankeestown. And today, deputies say the thefts were reported mainly from unlocked cars. The Sheriff's Office is reminding people to make sure cars are locked and valuables are removed from plain sight. If anyone knows any information on the break-ins or the people in this video, you're asked to call the Sheriff's Office or Crime Stoppers. The Alachua County Sheriff's Office confirms the suspect wanted in a stolen vehicle case is Jordan Blake Boynton. A law enforcement source tells CBS4 he is a suspect from May 10th's manhunt in Alachua County. He is wanted for violation of probation for burglary and grand theft as well. Police say he was last seen in Gainesville, but he is known to travel through neighboring counties. If you know where he is, you are asked to call authorities. A man is sentenced to 5 years in prison for a shooting death last year in downtown Gainesville. Court records show Natrell Eugene Perry is going to prison, followed by 10 years of probation. Records show Perry pled no contest to aggravated battery with a deadly weapon that killed Michael Reed Jr. on May 1st of last year. This happened at the Southwest downtown parking garage. One thing is certain about an interaction between 2 men on a New York subway train earlier this month. A U.S. Marine veteran held a homeless street artist in a chokehold, and that street artist died. Now the veteran is charged with second-degree manslaughter. And as Emily Schmidt reports, lawyers paint 2 very different pictures of this incident.
Daniel Penny, a Marine veteran and architecture student his lawyer calls a pillar of the community, is also now a case in the courts, and as the person on the ground in this video, a center of controversy. Penny is charged with second-degree manslaughter in the killing of Jordan Neely, a homeless street performer who boarded the same New York subway train as Penny. According to prosecutors, witnesses reported Neely was making threats, scaring passengers, saying,
"I don't care if I die, I don't care if I'm going to jail."
Prosecutors say Daniel Penny put Neely in a chokehold for several minutes before he became unresponsive. He was pronounced dead at a hospital. Neely's lawyers say he had a long history of mental health problems, but did not attack anyone.
He did not touch anyone. He did not hit anyone. But he was choked to death
Penny's lawyers say he risked his own life for the good of fellow passengers. They point out his cooperation, turning himself in for arrest.
He did so voluntarily and with the sort of dignity and integrity that is characteristic of his history of service to this grateful nation.
Why is the killer free?
Protests erupted as the Manhattan District Attorney's Office investigated Neely's death. Neely's lawyers say they'd like a murder charge, while an online fundraiser for Penny has raised more than $350,000. Deep divides emerging from the fatal encounter. I'm Emily Schmidt reporting.
All right, turning our attention to our local community. If you're looking for something to do this weekend, the city of Gainesville says they've got you covered. CBS4's Marcia Leyva tells us how you and your family can enjoy the hot summer months ahead.
After months of renovations, one of the city of Gainesville's most popular spots is ready to open its doors.
Can't wait to finally have the pool open. It's going to be a great day.
And just in time for summer, Gainesville residents can jump into the pool here at the Westside Park starting this Saturday.
We're open from 12 to 5 tomorrow and Sunday, and then we'll start our regular hours on Monday.
The city spent roughly $2 million from the Wild Spaces Public Places surtax to renovate the H. Spurgeon Sherry Aquatic Center at the Albert Ray Massey Park.
We've torn down the building, gutted it within, changed some walls, changed some features. We've added touchless sinks, touchless soap dispensers, touchless blowers instead of using paper towels. So that'll be a plus. We have a walkway through out to the pool, so you don't have to go through the locker rooms to get to the pool now, which is great.
They added family bathrooms, placed a new roof, and redid the parking lot, among other updates.
That's the most popular pool in town, and kids are going to be out of school pretty soon, and I know my kids are looking forward to having that pool open again.
The price of daily admission is $2.25 for children, adults 50 and older, and no swimmers, and $4.25 for adults ages 18 to 49. They also offer 6-month passes for individuals or families.
Hope to see you this weekend.
In Gainesville, Marcia Leyva, CBS for you.
Another thing happening this weekend, Florida for All is having an event. CBS4's Giselle Thomas tells us how the organization plans to educate the community.
The event called Joyful Resistance, and it'll be right here at Gainesville's Vineyard. Imagine this event space filled with artists, speakers, and they'll be focusing on topics recently involved in the Florida legislative session.
Legislative session this year was really difficult. It was really painful, and it was really heart-wrenching.
Kai Christmas is the regional organizer of Planned Parenthood of Southeastern Florida, who is collaborating with Florida for All. Kai says abortion, unions, and LGBTQ+ rights are just some of the topics they plan to discuss.
Tomorrow's event is really exciting because it is our first big event statewide where we will be doing petition collection for the abortion ballot initiative.
The initiative is proposing to put abortion on the 2024 ballot in the state of Florida. Kai says the event will talk about how state legislation could affect communities. CBS4 News asked our mayor what bills could potentially impact constituents in Gainesville.
Senator Pasadomo's housing package, we're really hopeful that will help us get some more housing for people who need it.
Mayor Ward says the city of Gainesville is working through a housing crisis and is looking forward to seeing how legislation can work for communities like Gainesville.
Work for communities like ours that are prepared to take advantage of it.
Kai says housing is a revolving topic of importance to the North Central Florida community. Kai is looking forward to seeing you this weekend.
In moments of darkness and of pain and hurt, it is so important to center our joy, because it is our joy that is going to keep us moving forward.
Joyful Resistance is this Saturday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. All are welcome. Giselle Thomas signing out on CBS for you.
Still to come, the feud between Disney and Ron DeSantis is escalating. The latest developments right after this break. This comes after 2 legislative sessions. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signed Senate Bill 404. This bill remembers Alachua County boys and baseball players Rex and Brody Reinhardt. The boys were killed in 2021 by their father in a murder-suicide. The boy's mother blames her her need for the bill on media for publishing details of her son's death. The bill stops access to autopsy photos and information on minors killed through domestic violence unless a surviving parent not involved in the deaths gives permission. The information from records can be kept sealed under this new law. DeSantis signing a bill today that would prevent digital currency issued by the U.S. Federal Reserve or foreign governments from being treated as money under Florida's Uniform Commercial Code. The order also asks for recommendations on a central bank digital currency. The currency would be similar to cryptocurrencies, but it would include differences like the value being fixed by Federal Reserve. DeSantis, who is widely expected to run for president in 2024, says the bill is designed to keep the federal government from deciding how people can use their money.
Cash is king. Like when you have that, you control your own destiny. If you're relying on some digital system and you have no other recourse and it's controlled by a central authority, you're putting your independence in their hands.
The other bill signed today will prevent credit card companies from using a separate merchant category code for sales at gun businesses in Florida. The new laws will take effect July 1st. And this morning, the feud between Disney and Ron DeSantis escalating once again as our governor moves closer to entering the 2024 presidential race. Disney CEO Bob Iger now accusing Florida officials of retaliating against the company. NBC's Gabe Gutierrez has the latest.
As speculation mounts over his potential run for president, Florida's Republican Governor Ron DeSantis is facing even more pushback from Disney. On an earnings call with investors, Disney CEO Bob Iger responding when asked about the company's ongoing fight with the state of Florida.
This is about one thing and one thing only, and that's retaliating against us for taking a position about pending legislation. And we believe that in us taking that position, we are merely exercising our right to free speech.
The battle began last year when Disney opposed the Parental Rights in Education Act DeSantis signed that opponents labeled the Don't Say Gay law. The policy banned teaching about sexual orientation or gender identity in Florida classrooms. DeSantis and Florida legislators are now trying to get rid of Disney's decades-old deal, allowing the company to essentially govern itself. Iger is accusing Florida of unfairly targeting Disney, saying other special districts, like those surrounding the Daytona Speedway and the Village's retirement community, have not faced the same scrutiny. While Iger says Disney still plans to invest $17 billion over the next 10 years at Walt Disney World, he pointedly asked this question.
Does the state want us to invest more, employ more people, and pay more taxes, or not?
DeSantis is not backing down, telling Newsmax last week.
Can't have a situation where the legislature has spoken and one company just decides to contract out against the will of the people. At the end of the day, I think that they just have to understand the party is over for them.
In conservative Lake County, Florida, some 40 miles from Walt Disney World, many tell us they support their governor.
Definitely on DeSantis' side. Go woke, go broke.
But other voters doubt whether DeSantis' rhetoric matches his record.
Going around the country and now the world saying is that Florida is free, that he's made us more free. He hasn't made us more free.
Well, temperatures will start out on the mild side for tomorrow, warming quickly near 80 degrees by lunchtime. We'll see the chance for a few afternoon showers and storms along the sea breeze. We'll track that on your hour forecast coming up after the break.
Well, coming up next in sports, a little recap on some NBA playoff action.
Plus, 2 teams took it to the mound. Hear more? That's next in sports.
I'm Dr. Smith, and today we're chatting about feline immunodeficiency virus, or FIV. Unlike feline leukemia virus, another virus which is transmitted through casual contact, FIV is passed through deep bite wounds, making feisty feral tomcats more at risk. FIV is slow-acting and symptoms might not show up for years, but once the disease hits, it can severely weaken a cat's immune system. So watch out for fever, weight loss, diarrhea, chronic infections, skin problems, or behavioral changes, all of which can indicate FIV. Every cat or kitten should be tested. While there is a vaccination for FIV, the risks usually outweigh the benefits. So talk to your vet about what's best for your cat. To connect with me and to ask your pet questions, visit drdevinsmith.com and check me out on social media. To share your favorite pet moments with our community, go to our news app, click Explore, chime in, and upload your pet-tastic photos.
For Pet's Sake is sponsored by Subaru of Gainesville.
COVID-19 pandemic and debate over vaccines and natural immunity, still causing division between Democrats and Republicans as they analyze the nation's pandemic response. National correspondent Kayla Gaskins has more from Capitol Hill.
Medical experts testifying before Congress Thursday.
Let's not ignore this mountain of evidence.
As the House Oversight Subcommittee on the coronavirus pandemic dug into why health leaders dismissed natural immunity as a legitimate defense.
The early data clearly showed that natural immunity was strong.
Treating vaccines as the only way to fight COVID-19.
I think we all agree that early on, no one knew exactly what, so we were all clamoring for a vaccine, but at the same time, should have been looking at natural immunity.
Sounds like the narrative being pushed is to get infected with COVID-19. And if you get infected, then you don't need a vaccine.
Dr. Macri, a GOP witness, says Democrats and the experts siding with them are missing the point.
I don't like the conversation framed around all or nothing, entirely relying on natural immunity. Doctors custom tailor treatments all the time. This all or nothing cult around vaccine.
The GOP witnesses say this approach caused real harm.
It also caused needless loss of life as vaccines were given to essential workers with natural immunity instead of being prioritized for the elderly.
Democrats on the committee say pandemic leaders did the best they could with what they had.
To assign blame when we were all trying to figure this out together, I think is absolutely the wrong way to go.
Meanwhile, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signed a new law this week permanently banning businesses and government entities from requiring COVID-19 vaccination or discriminating against unvaccinated employees.
These mandates, the purpose of them was not to safeguard your health. The purpose of them was to control your behavior.
Democrats worry this current investigation will increase vaccine hesitancy, while Republicans say it's crucial to understand what happened so lawmakers can do better in the future. In Washington, I'm Kayla Gaskins.
Well, a lingering storm is possible through the midnight hour, and then by after midnight, 2, 3 o'clock, we'll start to dry things up across north central Florida as temperatures return to the mid-60s on the mild side for the start of your Saturday. Tomorrow is going to start out mild, however, temperatures will warm up quickly. In fact, by the afternoon, we'll see highs ranging anywhere from the mid to upper 80s. Could even see a heat index value in the low 90s, and all that heat and humidity will trigger a few more afternoon showers and storms pushing towards the coast by the late afternoon with that east wind flow. So temperatures area-wide will stay in the mid to upper 80s, a touch on the cooler side near the Gulf Coast, though still warm right around the lower 80s for afternoon highs in Cedar Key. So heading through the overnight hours, we'll keep an isolated storm or two around. Could see potential for heavy rainfall in 1 or 2 of these isolated storms. And then we'll clear things up by tomorrow morning. In fact, staying nice and dry through about lunchtime before we'll start to see a few more showers and storms develop along the sea breeze in the afternoon. And some of this activity pushes towards the coast by the early evening before we dry things up overnight Saturday and into Sunday. By Sunday, we'll still see a mix of sun and clouds. However, our rain chance will stay lower. We'll only bring in a spotty afternoon shower chance. Certainly tomorrow will be the chance for a few more afternoon showers and storms as temperatures remain in the mid to upper 80s through the weekend. We'll stay unsettled even through the start of next week as a bit of moisture moves into our area. This will increase our afternoon shower and storm chance heading into both Monday and Tuesday as we continue to see drought conditions across parts of north central Florida, including areas in Levy County close to the coast where we're actually seeing extreme drought conditions in areas like Cedar Key down towards Citrus County. Certainly dry conditions in parts of Alachua County, drought not too bad along the I-10 corridor. Looking at rainfall chances for the next few days, We'll keep an isolated storm or two around for your Saturday afternoon, and then drier conditions on Sunday before higher rain chances move in towards the start of next week. And temperatures are certainly going to warm up each day next week. We'll see our highs return near 90 degrees. Factor in the heat index value. It'll feel like the mid-90s. This is certainly above our normal for this time of the year, which typically sits in the mid-80s. And we'll stay warm even into the end of next week, with temperatures near 90 degrees by next weekend. So certainly starting to feel a little bit more like the end of spring, maybe even early summer, as temperatures still stay above normal. Overnight lows in the 60s each day. A look at that 10-day forecast keeps afternoon storm chance around for your Saturday. Temperatures return to the upper 80s, near 90 degrees by Mother's Day. We'll stay unsettled into early next week with a chance for more storms both Monday and Tuesday afternoon, and then near 90 degrees by next Thursday and Friday.
Moving to sports, the CBS4 sports anchors Cliff Tumatel and Ryan Dickerson have our report tonight.
Welcome to some sports today. Glad you can join us on this amazing Friday. My name is Cliff Tumatel, and I am joined by the lovely Ryan Dickerson. Ryan, how are you today?
Cliff, I am doing great, and I'm so happy to be back co-anchoring with Cliff, bringing you the latest sports update. And Cliff, I heard that there's some NBA games that were intense last night.
Right, you are, Ryan. We are due for a Game 7 in Boston as the Philadelphia 76ers and the Boston Celtics series is taking straight to the limit. The Celtics took Game 6 at Philly, beating the Sixers 95-86. Jason Tatum had a brutal start to the game, but when the game came down to the wire, he stepped up. Tatum scored 16 points in the fourth quarter, making sure the Celtics season is alive and well. And folks, when a player is on fire, the net just seems bigger to them, so there's no stopping Tatum at that point in the game. The series is tied 3-3, and Game 7 will be on this Sunday at the TD Garden. And while one series is going on, another one is done. The Denver Nuggets defeated the Phoenix Suns in Game 6. The final score was 125-100. And the Denver star player, the Joker, Nikola Jokic, had himself a triple-double, 32 points, 12 assists, and 10 rebounds. The Nuggets advanced to the Western Conference Finals, beating the Suns 4-2.
Well, Cliff, looking forward to Game 7 this weekend with the 76ers and the Celtics.
Yeah, indeed. It's going to be a great game to see. But Ryan, I know you got some news on the mound, right? Let's hear it.
Yes, some exciting things going on for Florida sport. The Gators softball team defeated Kentucky yesterday in the opening round of the SEC tournament. And just a little while ago, they took on the #1 seed in the tournament, the Vols. Now, Florida was unable to get on the board and lost to Tennessee 4-0. Although they did not secure a win, there are still some positives that came out of today. Redshirt junior Skylar Wallace was named 2023 SEC Player of the Year. She is the 7th Gator to receive this honor. And the Tampa Bay Rays are continuing to make history. The Rays are still sitting at #1 leading the MLB. And that's not all. Tampa Bay continues to make their name ring bells. They became the first team to win 30 games this season after beating the Yankees 8-2 last night.
And that's going to do it for sports. Everyone, you have a great day and have a great weekend. I'm Cliff Tumatel.
And I'm Ryan Dickerson,
CBS4 Sports.
'80s will bring an afternoon storm chance on Saturday. Mix of sun and clouds on Sunday, and still unsettled for the start of next week.
Some news to share with you all tonight. It will be our last broadcast for CBS4 News. As a proud Florida Gator alumna, I can't tell you how much it's meant to me to be covering stories in this community. Once again, we appreciate every single one of you who have tuned in to watch us on air and online, who have shared their stories with us on their best and brightest days and the hardest days. With that being said, there are some programming changes you need to know about. Starting Monday, May 15th, you can watch the National Desk with the latest breaking news, investigative reports, and other national headlines you need to know about. We look forward to you being a part of a new season here at CBS4. We hope you have a wonderful evening.